Welcome to Plastic Surgery Untold. I'm Dr. Johnny Franco, board-certified plastic surgeon, also known as Austin Plastic Surgeon. I have the incredible gift and I would say just overall well-being of being surrounded by such incredible people. Celebrity anesthesia, Travis Osborne.
You are far too kind, sir.
Megan Blue Check Parkin.
Boom.
And questionably single Gilberto Signs, formerly known as Austin's most eligible bachelor.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Today on episode 7, we're going to talk about a little social media. Has it changed the perception of beauty? And Megan's actually going to take over this one a little bit. She said as the only one with the blue check mark, she said that she probably should help rein some of this in a more authentic and verified is I think word that she used with us.
I see what you did there.
But before we jump into this, let's get a little catch up of what's been going on since we last hung out and talked and stuff. Travis, anything new and exciting in the world of anesthesia, married life, and dog kennels?
You already know that we are headed out of town again. We're leaving on Wednesday this week, going to Breckenridge. We're going to ski for a couple days with one of my buddies and his girlfriend and Mary.
Are you a skier or snowboarder?
Snowboarder.
And for those of us
Mary skis, my buddy snowboards, his girlfriend skis. So they'll probably ski, we'll snowboard.
And the question for both you and Megan can hopefully rein in here. Valentine's is coming up.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to spoil the surprise. So, Mary, please turn off the podcast if you're listening. Mary's at your trendy therapist.
At your trendy therapist.
So at your trendy therapist, yeah. Please turn off your podcast. Just pause it for this section. Speed forward. Do the little +30. Can you tell me, you guys already got plans? Not plans?
We don't. I'm the worst with Valentine's plans. Honestly, I think Valentine's overhyped. That's just me. You're the relationship expert. You guys can
I spoke about this
too.
before. I think New Year's is overhyped. I don't think Valentine's Day is.
So is Valentine's important to you?
Yeah.
What happens if you don't do anything for Valentine's? And you're in that weird, awkward, let's say you just met over the holidays, you were lonely, you reconnected with an ex-kin. This is all hypothetical. All hypothetical.
You got to be careful because the girl could think that that's like a step, definitely. So
what's a safe Valentine's something?
Oh, man.
Do you have to do dinner? I hate dinner.
I don't like dinner.
I hate dinner.
That's where I'm going with that.
Do something kind of unique.
I think that going to dinner and doing one of these prix $150 a person plates, it's like, I don't know, that's lost on me.
So you're saying you'd prefer Netflix and chill, Hulu and hang out, or Disney Plus and something?
I'd say do something enjoyable, like go to a concert or a comedy show or like something where it's enjoyable for both of you. You're not like at dinner.
Me and Mary have gotten in the habit over the past couple of years of buying each other. When we get each other a present, we normally get each other an experience. So we'll either get concert tickets or we'll get plane tickets or we'll plan a trip to go to somewhere and hike or do something like that. And it's so much more fun than, hey, here's a shirt. Hey, here's these shoes.
But this is set up for sabotage, okay? Yeah. Because number one, you're going to date someone, and they're going to say, oh, I don't want anything for Valentine's. I don't need anything. And then, you know what? Johnny Frank goes, oh, okay, this girl's super chill. And then you know what happens?
Not
super chill turns into like getting a shoe thrown at yourself. That's what happens.
Can I say something super lame but very true? The best thing that I've ever actually gotten for Valentine's Day was a handwritten letter, like a full 2-page letter. It doesn't have to be super mushy.
2 pages?
Yeah, about how your memories together, how they feel about you.
I don't think
nice
if you combine every girlfriend I've had in my 40 years, I don't think there's a 2 years worth of letters that I've written in my life.
You're spoiling the show plans already. So right now we're on this is my show today. So, so today we're talking
Mama's taking it home today.
We were talking about what's something interesting going on in our lives coming up. We haven't gotten to all that yet. So what's something interesting going on you're doing this weekend, upcoming, anything?
We've talked about doing a little bit of fitness stuff. I actually have a training workout session set up for this Sunday. So got to keep it moving, keep it on track. I've still been strong. So as you can tell, these scrubs are getting a little bit looser.
I noticed that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Is that like a personal trainer, or what is the idea?
Yeah, do a little personal training. Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I know what you're thinking. It's how's it going to get better? But I mean,
that's what I was going to say.
I've already started the countdown. We're only 6 months and 10 days away from the pool party. So keep that on your calendars. Yep.
Can we count on another terry cloth T-shirt appearance from Gilberto with a Speedo?
Fact.
Yes. All right. That was
we-
premature.
We heard it here. There's
Fact or
witnesses.
fiction,
We have
but-
it. G. Berto is coming in a Speedo.
with the terry cloth shirt. Got to make an
Are you
appearance.
going to join him?
Can we
You
get?
know what?
Negotiable.
Matching
if-
Speedo action?
I'll give you. You know what? I'm gonna do a Megan. I'm gonna say it's complicated.
Dr. Franco, don't you get some bathing suits made for?
It's funny. I actually, our social media manager actually sent me a link today. We're actually in the process of designing our swimsuits for the season.
Yeah.
Maybe one your trendy therapist would like to help us. So if she's listening, if she'd maybe slide in the DMs in a non-Gilbert DM sliding way, I would appreciate it, and we can get something figured out.
Mary, you can turn the recording back on since we're off of Valentine's Day now. Yes, we need your help with the.
But we haven't heard what G. Berto's doing for Valentine's as a newly dating something. This is a tricky time for him. Megan, would you say? I mean, someone who just started dating, reconnecting, you're trying to go slow. What advice would you give over here?
I mean, it's only tricky if you make it tricky, honestly. Like, if you carry that with confidence and just go do something fun together, like you said, why? I mean, you don't have to make it a huge deal.
I agree.
But
with
if you do nothing, that's not good. I will.
don't do Franco.
Not do nothing.
But they said they didn't want anything.
How well has that worked out for you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 40 and single.
What would you... and, like, out of curiosity, I don't think that Valentine's Day is just something where the man has to do something. What would you feel like if a girl did something for you? Something really thoughtful?
I mean, that'd be first. I'm always up for some new adventures.
Okay, but, like, wouldn't... Like, right? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I would like
it doesn't
it.
have
I
to
want
just
it.
be something where the guy, they
I
can
want
also
it.
do something.
I like it. I need it. I don't have it.
Well, I guess my only comment is, why does it have to be just on that one day? Like, why can't it?
It's true.
Like,
A man like you deserves love every day.
That's
every
right,
day. You want
Gilberto.
the love, you take the love, Gilberto.
Right.
Well, I mean, as fun as this is, I don't want to do too much because I'm afraid to get scolded again.
No.
But Megan, talk to us a little bit. And I know you're super active on YouTube. And can you tell people your YouTube handle?
Right. It's just Megan Parkin, honestly.
You guys should know this by now.
Megan Blue Check Parkin.
Exactly. Just Megan Parkin. But you talk a lot, and on some of this stuff that I've watched, you get a lot of feedback in terms of you talking about your own personal journeys, you talking about your own lifestyle and so forth. Can you tell us how you think social media, YouTube, all those things have changed the perception of beauty and how people have responded to some of that?
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, that's like such a big question because obviously, no doubt, it's changed the perception of beauty for sure. I think now you're seeing so many people from all over the world that you're not just seeing your next door neighbor or someone you see at the grocery store. Like, you're seeing everyone. So your idea of beauty can really be quick to change. And there are so many trends I'm sure you guys see even with like injectables and fillers. Sure. The other day I was looking and I saw one where people are wanting to like raise their eyebrows so they're like a slanted effect. And obviously you can do that with a brow lift. But now girls are doing it by shaving off the end of their eyebrow and drawing in their brow more slanted. So like there are just so many different ways to like achieve different looks that happen to be kind of trending, or you see a lot of celebrities looking a certain way. But for me personally, like my big thing with YouTube has always just been being really transparent. So I talk about everything. So obviously when I went through my whole breast enhancement journey and stuff, I just actually published my video, shared that. And I would say I was checking my analytics on it, and it's like my #1 like most viewed video for like the time that it's been up. It's only been up for 11 hours or so.
Great. Congratulations.
Why do you think, not to cut you off, why do you think that is?
Because girls want to hear about that kind of stuff. Like a lot of, I mean, every girl I would say has breasts. So like you want to hear about it. Like you're interested. And even if maybe you're not looking into getting one, you still want to see someone that did get one. You're curious to hear about it. And I think for me specifically, my viewers know that I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell it how it actually was, what I think about it, you know, be very open and honest and raw about why I did it. And for me, that's carried me through, you know, the last 10 years on YouTube. And I think that's why I've been successful with that.
But don't you think social media has been both sides? I think it's been absolutely incredible for the sharing of information.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no doubt there's been some backlash, for sure. There have been mean comments on there, for sure. And a lot of them, you know, I've responded back to some of them, and they don't have a lot of point. A lot of them are just like, oh, I'm disappointed in you, that you're getting caught up in trying to be fake, or you want to change the way you look, or you looked cute before, why are you now trying to be sexy, or whatever. And I think, you know, engaging back with those people, I've said, you know, how does this change who I am as a person? How does anything about the way I look also affect you, honestly? It's not on your body. I'm not telling you need to do it. I'm not telling anyone you don't look good if you don't have certain things achieved. But I am being honest because I could just be quiet and not tell you. And then what happens is people message me and they say, oh, my boobs don't look like yours. How, what bra are you wearing? What shirt is that makes them look like that? And I think it's unfair to not say, no, I've had my breasts done. That's how they look like this, I think being honest about that is a big deal.
And this is the point of social media, YouTube, all these things, is this massive sharing of information. And if nothing else, I think it opens up a conversation, because us as providers, trying to get people to express what they're really feeling, getting that has been really, really hard. And here's a chance where people can do it so openly. And I think it can be in such a productive manner. And it's hard, and I know you've had it, I've had it, and you obviously have it.
Right.
Trying to not let the few negativity out there, because there's always going to be people that are going to be negative just because they want to be negative.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think they realize, and you guys tell me if it's different, when people make ugly comments, even as much stuff as we do, like some of it you're like, damn, that would hurt a little bit.
And
Words cut deep.
There also is so much to it. To think about it, and you can think within your own minds. Have you ever gone out of your way to go write something nasty to someone online? Like, probably not here. Because underlying, there is a sense of, hurt or jealousy or confusion or something. It's not someone that's fully happy in their right state of mind doing that. Because people that are happy don't tear others down. You don't want to. If you're happy, you're not trying to make someone else feel bad. It's just, that's not the way it works.
Totally.
So understanding where those people maybe are coming from is a big deal, because a lot of this is something that can stir up insecurities. The way that people look, no matter if someone's incredibly confident, deep down people have certain things that they're uncomfortable about. So maybe seeing someone get something done or being able to have that opportunity, maybe that strikes something within them that they wish they could do, or they want to, but they don't know how to express it. And I think being delicate about that is also important.
And your question.
Oh, I was just saying, have you been able to, with these people that you engage with that post these negative comments, gotten them to change their mind or their views on things?
It's fascinating. I've had it on Instagram as well, and I'll go and I'll message them privately so that we can talk back and forth. And immediately the switch is like, oh, I'm such a big fan. I've watched you for years. I don't know why I wrote that, but now that we're talking, let me tell you about this and this and this. Like, in some ways it is, you have to be kind of careful because people notice it gets your attention. Unfortunately, people can say nice things all day long, and the one thing that sticks out in your mind and you view is something really horrible. And you zone in on that. And I've tried to be careful about obviously responding to the really nice, supportive people. I've had people that I recognize their usernames. They've watched me for the past 11 years. I know they comment consistently on my stuff. They message me. They know all my sisters. They wish me a happy birthday every year. So I need to be careful on not zoning in on one person saying, oh, you're so fake and I don't like you now. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to zone in on that comment because there's a lot to it,
And that's almost hard because on a lot of our stuff, when people are overly negative, if it's a true comment and I think there's a few confusion or misconception, I tend to comment. If it's just trying to be very negative, typically I just leave that alone because, look, to your point, there's a lot of people who are really trying to learn and educate. And I think if people don't know, the number one reason that we started this podcast was to educate people. And so if there's truly some misconceptions and I feel like I can educate people at least with some knowledge, I'm not saying they have to agree with what I'm saying or doing, but at least understanding where I'm coming from. And I think, we obviously are talking about surgery now. In the injectable world, this has become huge between fillers, other trends. Tell us a little bit about what you see in your practice, G.
So I would say that, and this kind of piggybacks on something that we've kind of touched on before, it used to be where patients would bring in photos of their favorite celebrity and ask for, something to...
So they bring in pictures of Megan or...
Exactly, yeah.
Not like Angelina Jolie. They're like, hey, I want my lips to look like yours.
Exactly. Now it's different. Now it's like, oh, can you make me look more like this social media influencer or, this particular person.
And I think something to touch on that's big is a lot of these celebrities, maybe we don't necessarily, I'm sure there are photos of what they looked like maybe before certain procedures, but the realness that they connect to of, a media personality or someone that's on YouTube or on Instagram, they can easily go back in my old photos and see what I looked like before, I did my lips or I did something. So they can come in and say, well, I could look like that because I know what she started as or what she looked like before. With, like you said, celebrities, it's a little bit more difficult, I think.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
But I think it's important, too, to try and figure out, because especially in the surgery world, we see a lot of people bringing in pictures that aren't real. And I think trying to rein in expectations, I don't think sometimes people realize not everybody's especially truthful about their pictures. And so people post a lot of stuff on there that's either touched up, photoshopped, other things. And I'm sure you see this from people that you meet at events and you're like, oh, that's you?
And I mean, that even goes into, even the hairdressing world. Like, I'll have girls that will say, oh, I want my hair to be like this white, silvery blonde color. And like, I've talked to my stylist before and she's like, yeah, it's gotten so bad that people are photoshopping hair color. So when someone brings in a photo and is like, I want this, you're like, that's not possible. Like, that's not real. It's altered. Which obviously, with bodies and face and skin smoothing, there's just a plethora of ways people can alter the way that they look.
To help those people that are listening for us, I mean, between you and Gilberto, can you give us maybe some thoughts or some ideas? What are good ways to use social media to help find like a provider or and if you don't mind me getting a little personal with you, and I feel since you yelled at me at the beginning of the show, I have a little leeway now.
Okay.
Did you use social media at all when trying to research your procedure?
Yeah, I did actually. I watched a lot of the videos online on your account because I wanted to see what actually was happening. I'm a very research-oriented person, so it didn't scare me to know what it looked like to have someone, be cut open and all that kind of stuff. I actually wanted to see that. And also, similarly, I think it's really important to look at before and after photos as well. That's a big thing, and that's obviously a good kind of resource to use that people should be taking advantage of, that they're online and they're out there for your help, honestly.
I think social media is great for finding a plastic surgeon or finding a surgeon or anybody in general in medicine, because what I feel like it gets you is in social media in general, like just in the past couple of years, people seem so much more transparent.
Right.
Like people know the real you, Megan, on your Instagram and social channels and everything. With you, Johnny, like people get to know you. They get to know your personality. They get to know your quirks. They get to know what you like, your aesthetic, what your patients typically look like, what results you like to or push for.
100%.
And when you can find that real connection, and we talked about real self a little bit before, that another bridge for patients to find you and to see you and your results and stuff like that mixed with your social media following. People get a pretty good 30,000-foot picture of you in general.
I think it also puts people at ease, obviously, to kind of feel like they know their doctor. They kind of they can vibe with you, kind of see how you are and how you act and stuff. Do you feel like using media has been a big thing for your practice? Because you guys are very involved. You do a lot every single day, honestly. I see posts and videos.
It's been huge for us because I do think people know me a little bit better.
Right.
It's funny how well they know my office staff, which I think makes them much more comfortable. I even think it helps at the surgery center because our surgery center is not at our office. We actually work with celebrity anesthesia here. And it's funny because people get there and I think you're at a new place, and on a day when you're super nervous, you basically see a familiar face.
They go, oh my God, are you celebrity husband? I'm like, yeah, that's me.
I think it's super helpful. The other thing that I've seen in our consults is that people who watch surgeries and do those type of things come in and we have a better conversation because they understand exactly what I'm getting. Yeah. They ask more specific questions. Hey, am I going to get that internal corset thing? Hey, I have that problem that I saw in your, and they'll screenshot the problem or save the video, and then that way it can be, this is what I have. It really lets us get to a good point about where we're at.
And for patients that have no medical background, it helps them to articulate a problem or something they're worried about that they may have not been able to articulate before.
Yeah.
Have you seen that this has helped you in terms of injectables and reaching people's goals? Because I feel like sometimes you're like, I can't do that. Or I see what you're saying. Here's the road we need to get there.
Yeah, I would say so. I think, I think it's all about, how the information is presented, from the patient to the provider and vice versa, how the response that we give them and, trying to meet those expectations that they have. And if I feel that I can't necessarily meet their expectations, then I will be the first one to recommend, a number of different very talented injectors that I know that, might be able to do something for them.
No, keep going, keep going.
Dr. Franco included.
A couple things that because I'm very hyped on it. I love it. I think social media has so many pluses, but it's not without its own problems. I think that there's a lot of people who do a lot of fake pictures, post stuff that give people a misconception of what's reality, what's able to be done. And the second part that I'm going to get everybody's opinion on is that this idea that, whoever has the best social media account is also the best physician. And I don't know that those two go hand in hand.
Right.
Any thoughts on either of those two topics from the celebrity cast?
I would say the only thing that I would say is a good sign is obviously if they have a large account, they're doing a lot of procedures, they're showing, and like you could go through and look at the before and afters and have a lot of like resource on there.
But not everybody's account, just because they have a large number of followers, doesn't mean that those
I
followers are real.
didn't mean followers. I meant more like that they're very active.
Yeah.
Like they run it and they keep up with it and they're constantly posting
100%.
what they're working on. Yeah.
Watching the surgeries, because they usually get a good feel for their work. But I think the other point is, and you probably know a lot more about this than I do, but not every account is real in terms of the actual followers.
Right.
Comments can even be bought.
Yeah,
think,
honestly,
and
that's like a whole nother thing because obviously being someone that's done this for so long, like the people that do that like are ruining it for the people that really do it. Like it's been such a difficult thing to work with brands to get paid promotions, all this kind of stuff because these other people have inflated numbers. So it's like someone comes out of nowhere with 1 million followers. And you're like, who is this person? How?
Like they have 8 pictures.
Right.
What is this?
How? Yeah. So you need to be careful about that. I mean, there are telltale things, not to like brag on myself, but the verification for me is a big deal for my field because there are so many Insta models, Insta girls, whatever. And so
I wanted to host this segment, and she said, "We'll just let the person with the blue check mark."
I actually did not say that. I did not say
boom,
that.
boom, 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 boom. And Donald goes, "Well, she's got a point, Franco. She's got a point."
Fact or fiction? That is fiction. I did not say that. And also,
just thinking it.
That's also a thing. Like, there's a subtlety to that. Like when you're out and you meet someone and they're like, "Follow me on Instagram," and you follow them, you don't say, like, you have a blue check mark. They notice it and they're like, "Oh, okay," but you don't. You can't flex it and like say it like that. It loses the whole point when you do that.
No,
you don't introduce yourself, Megan Blue Check Parkin.
No.
With Dr. Franco?
No, it's like when you roll up and you just don't say anything, and then you
just like click your keys.
That's my G.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, I think it's just super important to be careful. And like, if somebody has a great Instagram account, you like them, I think you still got to do your due diligence. Look them up, check out reviews. Are they board certified? You still need to meet with them. You still need to go through it. So just like anything in life, you just don't want to base everything on one thing.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Don't take everything at face value.
And I think people are getting better about that for sure.
I think so too. Yeah. I think people see who is real. Right. People see who's doing good work. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you've got good work and you're documenting a large portion of it and you're doing some education stuff, like that really shows that you're pretty versatile. Like that shows that you're a good surgeon. It shows you've got some good stuff going on.
It's funny, since we started this podcast, I've started listening to other podcasts, and I was listening to someone talk actually this morning on the drive to the surgery center, which actually is my favorite, like, peacetime, because there's nobody on the road at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. But, one of the things that he said was, whenever you're talking about your brand, your stuff, he goes, one, if you truly believe in what you're doing, people will follow you. Oh, yeah. He said, two, because somebody asked a question, it's like, oh, well, how do I sell this? And
you don't need to sell it.
That's exactly what he said. He's like, if you truly believe in what you're doing and you just educate people about it, because if you think about it, I'm sharing what I do. I'm sharing why I do it, why I love it, and why it helps people. And look, if it fits in and you're like, oh, yeah, that's a problem I've been dealing with, it's going to fall. If not, then it doesn't. And the point that I think why some people succeed in social media and other people don't is that you'll see, and I see it all the time, like when we pay all this money to have somebody come in and do this fancy video for us and so forth, I'll tell you, it belly flops and does nothing. When it's just us talking about something real, because it's real, people feel it. With that. Social media is so different because people just want to be real and they want to connect. It's about sharing. And it's just amazing how information goes back and forth. And I got asked this question, the Real Stuff meeting, how's it coming? I said, people have missed the point about social media. it's in it. It's just about sharing.
Right.
You want to share
is.
ideas, and that's what it's made for.
Sharing real experiences, real ideas, not the stuff that's fabricated, not the stuff that's overly overproduced. Anytime that, so I end up taking 90% of Mary's photos whenever we do stuff. And Mary has her own Instagram following at Your Trendy Therapist.
Right.
She does an awesome job with that. Fashion, lifestyle. Like
She's also Megan's nemesis.
For those of us that
for those that haven't listened to the first 6 episodes.
They're in the same space, and I think they both do an awesome job with it.
I can't wait till the day that they meet. You know,
They're gonna square off.
You're not gonna have any jokes
I want to
left.
be following with a little boombox with the little like, like a little sound of as they're kind of coming around the corner. I can't wait for the day.
But I think, and you can probably speak to this too, but sometimes when we'll go out and we've got to shoot for a campaign or whatever, we'll go out and take pictures, and the most overly done, like the most well thought out, like this is gonna look great, pose this
photo.
way. Yeah, we'll get like a handful of likes.
It's interesting how.
Then the next one. We'll pull out our iPhone. We're like on our way to dinner. So I'm like, oh, hey, can you snap a picture of me in front of this place? Yeah, sure. Two pictures, click off.
Right.
You're going, oh, this looks good. She'll post it. A gazillion likes. And I'm just like, how?
I think what it is, and if you think about this, we all have, an ability within ourselves where when you meet someone that has like that quiet confidence about them, you somehow are drawn to that person. The person that's, trying to tell you, I'm so cool, and like being so overly like expressive with it, you typically are like, no, you're not. Like, I don't believe that. Like, there is just something within humans that you can kind of just read people. And like, yeah, you gravitate to people that are real and authentic and confident, and maybe you don't need to be, super showy about that all the time. And I think that's true.
Is that sort of Gilberto's like quiet, seductive nature hair? That long, flowy hair, that strong jaw,
tall, dark, handsome.
I'm
thoughtful.
Gloves hardly big enough to fit the hands.
What are some, if you had to leave people with a few really kind of strong take homes in terms of social media, and I'd like to get something from both you and G, what would be some tips you would give people about Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, about how you can use this to help and plus and minuses of it?
Right. I would say as far as on like the beauty standard idea and the perception of beauty, I mean, to understand that you're looking at people from all over the world. So, to not get too wrapped up in, why don't I look like that girl? I want to look like that. To be mindful of that and to appreciate all different types of beauty, all different aesthetics, but also understand it doesn't mean that you have to look like that. Like, there's not one standard of what's attractive. And I think that's important to not get wrapped up in that. I think, a few years back, there were a lot of people that were saying that people were starting to kind of look similar. Like, there were a lot of trends with fillers and stuff where people's faces almost were kind of looking a lot alike, and that's interesting. But I think obviously keeping that natural character to yourself and being unique is important.
It'd be boring if we all look the same.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying that with 3 dudes that all have a half beard, but
dude, this is a full beard.
He's been growing out that for 6 years. Gilberto, thoughts you have?
I'll be honest. I'm not great on social media. Like I need to get better at it. But through you and through this podcast, I'm learning so much. And I hope that I can use this knowledge to just maybe create a little bit of a bigger presence. I don't know that I'm gonna be someone with a blue check mark or anything, but just enough to like help educate my patients and public about.
I will say a little secret about the verification though. A lot of it has to do with news articles. So I was featured in New York Times, Austin Magazine. I did some like stuff for TechCrunch when I sold a company. So a lot of it has to do with that. So if you guys have a lot of stuff online, write-ups about you, you can. I mean, I didn't apply for it, but somehow that works to your advantage.
Interesting.
I mean, if you've been on The Bachelor, would that help?
On The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I've been nominating you. Before we go, I mean, what do you think, though? Do you think, if you go back 10, 15 years ago, people were like, oh, I don't know if I want to be on Google. Website page was kind of optional. And now, like, if you don't have a website, I mean, you're dead to the world. Yeah. I mean, where do you see social media in terms of plastics and aesthetics? I mean, I get the point. Like, not everybody's going to have, 8 million YouTube followers and so forth. But I feel like you have to have some presence.
And not to interrupt you, but obviously.
No, please do. I do it to everybody.
Well, in your office, well, this is something I majorly touched on in my recent video. In your office, you have that map where you have pins from all over people traveling. Are these people finding you through media? Obviously.
Yeah.
They're not just coming to Austin from the Ukraine and walking down the street and like, oh, I should go here. They're finding you
Yeah,
online.
let me go to this little ugly building. Boom, there he is.
So, I mean, I think it does affect it a lot.
Yeah, I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
But don't you think that at some level you're going to have some presence? I just can't see going 10 years from now and you don't even have any type of YouTube, Instagram, something.
Right.
I think to be relevant here in the next 5-10 years, it will be analogous to having a website now. Like it's gonna have to be a must, or you're lost. You're gonna be way behind.
Right.
Well, Megan, I appreciate you running today, keeping us in check and keeping this rolling. I think this is a super hot topic. I hope that we can talk more about this because I feel like we just scratched the surface.
There's so much, honestly.
We have a few guests that want to come on the show for this topic in the future, so I'm just going to leave that little nugget there for another day. But we're doing
since it is my show today, I'm going to take over Fact or Fiction.
She seems a little too happy about that.
Me and my counterparts have collaborated a bit, and Johnny, we have some for you.
Fact or Fiction for Dr. Franco.
Well, this is an interesting turn of events.
So, I was given some help on the question. So
That's interesting.
One, yeah,
You want to give him a soft toss to start?
No.
All right. Straight to the fire. All right.
Damn.
So the first one, which I can't say that I came up with this, but how many girls at the moment would say that they are your girlfriend currently? Fact or fiction?
But
Actually, wait, I gotta rephrase that. Okay, actually, no.
Let's go to the rules. So that one can't be.
I'll allow it.
I didn't relay that properly. I got ahead of myself. Fact or fiction? There are more than 3 girls that would say that they are currently your girlfriend.
I don't know that they would say that they're my.
It's fact or fiction.
Dating you.
Let's say dating. Let's say dating. Because I would say 0 would say they're my girlfriend. In terms of dating, I would say the over/under would probably be 7.
What?
I'm just kidding. I said that so I can sound cool in front of Gilberto.
Oh my!
Whoa!
I'm trying to impress
We're scraping Gilberto's brain off the wall over here, man. His head just exploded.
I thought I knew you.
Oh my god!
All right, guys, I've opened up the floor, so throw in your fact or fiction.
That's it? You just came strong?
Yeah.
Mama just did one big old punch?
So is it? It's 7?
Well, the question was over 3. The answer is yes, over 3.
Over 3.
All right.
Fact.
Okay.
Yeah, fact.
You have set plans for Valentine's Day. Fact or fiction?
That is fiction. I do not have any plans. I offered yesterday to make plans with one Fernando. For those of you that don't know El Fernando, he's an interesting man.
Who is that?
He's a Valentine's baby. So he's actually a friend of mine who was born on Valentine's Day.
You are not dating him.
We're not dating.
Okay.
It was funny because we actually hosted something for the Miss Austin, and somebody asked him if I was his partner. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but no, I'm not. just to clarify, I have an interesting theory about people born on Valentine's, and their love life, but we'll save that for another day.
Fair enough. One more. I know the answer to this one already, but I don't know if everybody does. Fact or fiction? You have an obsession with wild socks.
That is fact. And if you're asking right now, do I have? Megan? Can you actually read what is on this sock? What does that say?
It's a number 1 award.
Number 1 blue ribbon. Yes, you're welcome.
It's not a blue. It's not a blue check, but it's
not
close.
A blue check, but it's as close as I can get. I appreciate that. Did we do a little bit of behind the bovie today?
We have not done behind the bovie.
I feel like Megan should take us behind the camera, behind the gram. Maybe a little surprise here.
Give us something we don't know about social media management or filming content or something like that.
I
mean, for me specifically?
Yeah.
Something you guys don't know. You guys obviously know this, but I film most of my videos at like 3 a.m.
I do know that because you'll text me and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And it's 4 a.m.
Right. That's like my common time to be filming, honestly.
She'll respond to our text thread 2 a.m.
Can I give a behind the scenes to that point?
Oh, yeah.
The only overlap that we really have between all of us of time is about 5:30 to 6:30 because Megan is getting ready for bed. You and I are getting up.
Yep.
Gilberto's barely hearing the alarm go. And for some reason, Donald is still up at this time. And we
Gaming
haven't figured
strong.
out whether he's gaming, whether he's going to bed, whether he's getting up. But it's the only 2 hours that we
we
overlap
all
in a day.
communicate.
And what's next?
We got a little quote.
Yeah, I know that.
If I was more organized, I'd have it right in front of me. Oh, here we go. Dale Carnegie quote.
Ooh,
This is deep, guys. Here we go. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy.
What are you doing to get busy?
Staying active. No, you gotta take action on things that you're serious about. I know your social media platform and your stuff did not start itself. My wife's stuff, it did not start itself. I mean, that took just taking action. Get it going. Start the count. Start talking. Film it. Do everything you can to be in front of the camera. I mean, if that's what you want to do, go for it all the way.
Yeah, I think for me also, it's like, even doing projects like this, obviously I wasn't expecting to do a podcast. I'm going out to Miami to do something for Super Bowl. I'm not really big into sports, but I'd like to do some hosting stuff with that. So just accepting opportunities and trying new stuff that maybe you're not sure how it's going to go, but at least, if you just sit at home and think about all the ways it could go wrong, that's not being proactive in any way.
What about G?
Yeah, I mean, just to relate to this podcast, it's been kind of a learning experience and a bit of a journey for myself. I actually kind of put together my first script for a podcast, and so that was kind of interesting. I got a little help from Dr. Franco, who kind of guided me, but yeah, it's been kind of just this really amazing opportunity and journey to just try something and explore something new.
I see what you did right there. Because for those of you listening, episode 8 is dermal fillers, injectables, written and hosted by one Gilberto. So I see what you did there. I like it.
Great segue.
I think that's a great segue. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. I'd like to thank producer Donald for reining in all these stray cats here. And so we appreciate you. And I'd like to thank everybody at home for listening to the #1 podcast voted by producer Donald. So thank you. Boom. See you guys next week for Gilberto.